Tonight, we all made history, because this is the biggest cut and savings this Congress has ever voted for.
The president called the agreement good news for the American people and says it protects key priorities and accomplishments from the past 2 years. Let's bring in Bloomberg's senior editor then, Bill Faries, for the details. Bill, what is the timeline then for a vote in the Senate, and could there be any hiccups? How clear is that path?
Well, you're right. With the Senate passage looks a lot more likely after the vote we had in the House, where you had even 2/3 of Republicans joining in on this, along with an even higher percentage of House Democrats. It goes to the Senate. It could easily be on the president's desk by late Friday or Saturday. I do think there's a good chance of some hiccups or some politics being played on the Senate. One person can really gum up the system a little bit, but there is I think, broad recognition that this will be on the president's desk ahead of that June 5th Monday deadline when the U.S. hits the debt ceiling.
So, Bill, how strong is Speaker McCarthy's position, given that he actually needed considerable Democratic help to get this passed?
Right. That's something a lot of very conservative Republicans are gonna be talking about in the days ahead. This did get broad Republican support, but he did need Democrats to get this over the line. But the reality is there are some of these Republicans are ones who have never in their political careers voted to raise the debt ceiling, regardless of who was in power. And there are some people who voted against it knowing it would pass, so they could take a politically safer option and vote against it, not worrying about whether breaching the debt ceiling was going to happen or whether a default was going to happen. I think he's relatively safe for now. The challenge the opposition to McCarthy has is that they have no viable candidate to replace him. Unless that changes, I think he's going to remain the speaker for the foreseeable future.